Top of the day to you, folks. Bill Hubbard, Coldwell Banker Executives in British Columbia. This is your real estate review for the month of May for Vancouver. I want to be really careful how I express what's going on in the Lower Mainland, in the Fraser Valley board and the Vancouver board. To use the word tanking is a little strong, but it is a definite correction. The market is definitely correcting. A lot of people say, well, it should have corrected, or we needed a correction. That may or may not be true. Vancouver is the second strongest economy in the country behind Toronto. It's usually been quite resilient to downward trends, even when the rest of the province and sometimes the rest of the country was having a correction. Vancouver came down and leveled off, and certainly there was a correction in some years. But if we look at the sales for May of 2025, there was 661 residential sales, so single family residential sales in May of 2025. We look at last year, there was 844, so pretty significant drop year over year. And we look at the year before in 2023, there was 1,043. Again, almost a similar drop. And if you ask yourself what's happening in prices, so if we look at the median price, so that what the median price is 50% of the sales were higher than this price, and 50% of the sales were lower than this price. That's the definition of median price. And the median price for May of 2025 was $1,790,000. So if you could kind of just do an overall review, if you go back up this column here, try to find a number that starts with 1.17, and it really doesn't exist. And so that's kind of telling us that the prices are starting to steer down. If you look back over here on the average price, $2,041,894, again, it's pretty hard to find a price that starts with a 2.0 other than the month prior, which again says there's a downward trend in pricing. And so prices are always the last statistic to change. The absorption changes, the sales change, the inventory rises in a slowing market. But we're now starting to see the prices change. Last point to you is you look at this absorption, it is below the balanced market range that is between 12 and 20%, and it has been for quite a while. If we look at the last 12% was in July of 2024. And so it's been significantly below that balanced market range for a while. And whenever it is below that balanced market range, you're going to see downward pressure on prices. If it stays there, eventually you're going to see prices turn down. So prices may continually to inch down over the rest of this year. There is a lot of pent-up demand right now, which may bounce this back. It depends. It depends on what's going on economically and, more importantly, politically in Canada and the United States. That's your review for Vancouver for the month of May of 2025.